Episode 1. Decisions. Hi, welcome to IPC FYI. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the decision section of the IPC website. This can be a useful tool for anyone interested in learning more about what kind of investigations we do, how our adjudicators have applied privacy and access legislation in Ontario to complaints and appeals, and what some of our precedent-setting orders might mean for the privacy and access to information rights of Ontarians.
Knowing how to search for IPC decisions can be helpful for anyone from privacy officers and freedom of information coordinators to researchers, scholars, policymakers, media, and members of the public. It's a valuable tool for anyone who wants to learn more about their privacy and access rights in Ontario.
We'll take a run through some basic and advanced search functions so you can learn how to look up IPC decisions about certain issues, themes, and sections of the laws our office oversees. You'll learn techniques for searching effectively using keywords, date ranges, and other functions. Okay, let's get started. Here on the IPC homepage, you can scroll down and click this box that says Decisions. And here we are. Let's have a quick look here at the more simplified version of the search engine. At the top here, we have a basic search bar. You can use this to do a quick search, especially if you're just looking for some general results about a certain topic. For example, you might be interested in decisions related to video surveillance. Or if you're looking for a specific decision and know what number it is, you can easily pull it up here. Maybe you're researching de-identified data and you've heard about PHIPAA Decision 175, so you want to read it in full. You can just type it in here and it'll pop right up. Down below, we have a browsing function. This allows you to browse our decisions by different themes within our collection. So if you click Health Information and Privacy, you will see all the PHIPAA-related results, and from there you can navigate through them by year. Similarly, you can click Privacy Reports for investigations related to privacy breaches under FYI and MFYI. If you're interested in finding orders related to appeals of freedom of information decisions under FYI and MFYI, you can find them here under Access to Information Orders. And finally, anything related to Part 10 of the Child, Youth, and Family Services Act can be found under Child, Youth, and Family Information and Privacy. Down here, we have recent additions, which is fairly self-explanatory. These are the latest decisions, orders, or reports issued by our office. It's December 2022 at the time of recording this video, so this page might look a little different for you by now. And finally, if you want updates about our decisions delivered right to your email, you can subscribe to a couple different types of feeds depending on what you prefer. So that's the more basic searching and browsing function. We'll move on now to the advanced search, which can be a big help in finding the right case or matters you're looking for. This can be used for finding more specific or relevant results. As you can see, there are areas where you can enter information to help narrow down the search. There's the main search bar at the top. You can filter your searches by file number, date, the institution involved. So this could be a certain government ministry or a specific hospital, for example. The IPC adjudicator who made the decision. The applicable legislation, which you can narrow down further by selecting specific sections of the law. And the collection, like we went over before. For example, if we just search video surveillance and nothing else, we get about 120 results. But maybe we're only interested in finding results about this topic from January 2018 to June 2018. So we can change the date range by clicking on these little calendar icons. Let's try that. Now we're down to only 6 results, so that's much easier to look through. Now, if I click this reset button, I can start fresh again.
Here's another example. Say you're a public institution that's received a Freedom of Information request for records that you believe are exempted under solicitor-client privilege. To find out how the IPC has interpreted the scope of the solicitor-client exemption in the past, and to understand what the criteria are for this exemption, you'll want to look for decisions under FYPA Section 19. Or, if you're a municipality covered by MFYPA instead, you'll want to look under the equivalent in MFIPA, which is Section 12.
Something worth highlighting is in this search bar at the top, you can use the Boolean search method. For example, you can use quotation marks to search for specific terms or phrases. You can see the difference if you search something like health card, for example. If you don't put quotation marks around it, you'll get a larger list of results because it's picking up items that contain both the words health and card. But if you put quotation marks around it, you can narrow down the results by quite a bit and only end up with the ones that specifically use the term health card. And say you want to narrow it down even further, you can type in "and" to include another relevant term. Or maybe you don't want results related to a certain term, so you can type "not" instead. Once you have that mastered, the rest is fairly straightforward. Let's try a new example and use some of the other filters. Maybe we want to find orders related to video surveillance in hospitals, but we're not looking at it in the context of Ontario's health privacy law. We can type video surveillance and hospital, and then down here in the applicable legislation box, we can select FYPA. Here's another example. Let's try the term address, and under applicable legislation, let's change it to MFIPA. We're down to 2,655 results. But maybe we're interested in decisions by a specific adjudicator. Let's try Brian Beamish. And here we are, down to 45 results. If we want to open it up again, we can just click the little X here to remove the entry in this box. Let's try it with a smaller date range, say October 1st, 2015 to August 31st, 2022. And maybe we want FYPA orders instead of MFIPA ones. And here we are, 164 results. You can also sort them by relevance or date over here on the top right of the results list. So from this specific search, the most recent is from 2021, and it leads us to the result of an investigation into a reported privacy breach. Sometimes when you do a more detailed search like this, you won't get any results. For example, if we try to search CYFSA decisions from 2010, we won't find any because the IPC did not have jurisdiction over privacy and access matters for Child and Family Services at that time. But if you search it without narrowing down the dates, you will get results because 2021 was the first year we issued decisions related to Part 10 of the Act. Let's try one more final example where we're looking for a specific order, but we don't know what it's called. Maybe we want to find the order where the IPC set the precedent for what health information custodians can reasonably charge to recover the cost of providing patients with access to their medical records. First, we can start out with some keywords, cost and medical records. We don't know the order number, or the date it was issued, or which institution was involved. But maybe we know it would likely be related to Section 5411 of the Personal Health Information Protection Act, because that's the section of the law that talks about the fee amount not exceeding the amount of reasonable cost recovery. So under applicable legislation, we'll find PHIPA and scroll down to Section 54. And if we happen to know who the adjudicator was, we can narrow it down even further. In this case, it was Brian Beamish. Let's add that in the adjudicator field. Voila, we have 2 results, and here's what we were trying to find right at the top. Finally, here's a bonus tip. You can also look up IPC decisions on the Canadian Legal Information Institute website. From the home page, click on Ontario under Primary Law. Under Boards and Tribunals, you can find us under ONIPC, Information and Privacy Commissioner of Ontario. And here you go, a list of our recent decisions, as well as a drop-down menu to narrow down by year. You can also enter search terms in this box that says Filter. CanLII is a separate independent organization that provides access to court judgments across Canada, including decisions and reports by many tribunals, including the IPC. Being independent, CanLII adds their own specific citation number for referencing a decision. However, its search tools, including the ability to use Boolean search terms to find relevant words, or the IPC file number in a document, are similar to what's available on our website. For more information on how to use CanLII to search for decisions, you can find assistance under the Search Help link at the bottom of every CanLII page. And there you have it. With a little practice, you can dig deep into the IPC's past orders, decisions, and privacy investigation reports to find information about certain topics and how specific laws have been interpreted by our office in the past. Save this video for future reference and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future episodes of IPC FYI.